10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I should have seen that one coming.
Radiant team pick.
Lone Druid!
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Hi, everybody. To the Team Liquid doubleheader, also known as Dota Pit Season 4. The Team Liquid doubleheader.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, we're all here. And the age question, the question of
5
the ages. In
seconds
fact, you could
remaining.
say it's an ancient question, Cat.
Uh-huh.
The Team Liquid take the life stealer.
Team Liquid's turn
Not yet.
to pick.
No,
Not yet.
They were picking in the second phase.
But I swear to
or
God,
the
it's gonna
fifth
show up as a 3-4 pickup,
pick.
and I'm gonna lose my mind over an ancient black dragon assaulting tier 1 towers at 6.5 minutes again.
It's terrific. You know, I'm one of those people that watch it, and I just sit there smirking my ass
10
off.
Did you try and play it yet?
No, actually, I
Alright,
didn't
good.
find time to
5
actually play
seconds.
Dota.
I guess I don't
remaining.
have to tell you to go kill yourself yet.
No, not yet. Time.
Radiant team
But I
pick.
did do the Legion Commander Iron Talon Jungler with Stout Shield. But I didn't start because you can't obviously get Talon as.
My thoughts go to your 5-position support, who had no help from you whatsoever.
I already warned them. I said that at the very, very start of the game. I'm like, guys, this is what's going to happen here. The lane's going to be very weak. Pick yourself some strong laners that can also capitalize an initiation around
10
the 8-minute
seconds
mark when
remaining.
I would come out of the jungle.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it worked.
You know,
It worked.
5
We
seconds
slaughtered.
remaining.
It was the easiest MMR of my life.
The funny thing is the way you
Reserve time.
describe that. You sound kind of like the way a proctologist tells his patient while he's
Well.
putting on the glove
No.
that they're going to feel a slight pinch.
Radiant team.
Hey,
back.
just a heads up. 5-position Rubik. I ain't helping you with shit. You can go ahead and yeah.
It was honesty at least.
Team
I
Liquid's
promise.
turn to ban.
I promise my team honesty. Alright. This can be one of the first Lone Druid games where Bane hasn't been on the other side. So the Lone Druid pull can finally be successful. Unless Team Liquid want to do the old
10
classic
seconds
strat
remaining.
of let's Iron Shell, double Iron Shell, magic missile, and
Radiant
just kill
team
off the
back.
bear at the very, very start. Would also be in the back of their minds. So HellRaisers take out the Death Prophet. This stops a huge amount of the push, the forced push as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Death Prophet is really good versus Lone Druid. If you ever pick it up in
5
the first
seconds
1-2 and the enemy team doesn't take Death Prophet to counter you should definitely ban it because Spirit Siphon being
Reserve
stunned.
time.
Both the hero and the bear is like really valuable.
Yeah. But there's still at least like barter with every other hero in the book that he plays. Like, he is not at all. And they take out the Chen. They believe the
Team
Chen is
Liquid's
going to be
turn
more
to ban.
problematic. For the Chen and the VS and Darkseer, the team fight potential of Liquid is high. The Chen did cough a little bit of a nerf now that his Hand of God no longer has the 30-second cooldown with the Aghanims upgrade.
10 seconds remaining.
But that was pretty much. It wasn't really.
5
Chen less
seconds
fight.
remaining.
Why did
Reserve
it,
time.
It's Storm Spirit time.
I mean, Silencer is probably one of the stronger heroes in the patch that's like a little bit situational, but both Curse of the Silent and Last Word, the other new, they're really strong. So the Silent is like really obnoxious. Oh my lord. Sitting there, you're just sitting there and you're going like, is this ever going to end? If you've used some spells during it. Watching it. Luck now picked up.
And nothing new there, really. Going for team stuff.
Yeah, if they were going to, wonder why they didn't pick up the gyrocopter. I feel like it would have been pretty enough.
They must have something else in mind. You see a huge team fight line up like this, you wonder who their core is going to be. Make more sense if the Darkseer wasn't picked up and they were still tossing up the Broodmother. Then it would make more sense, but it doesn't right now. But if there was like an AoE here, like a high illusion based hero, because the AoE clearance of HellRaisers is pretty arse at the moment. So something like a PL, for example, could really flourish against just those two heroes. Even up against a Zeus, the PL with a little bit of farm will also be fine. The Zeus is such a good matchup up against the Park, and hello, Tinker. It's a Tinker, but is that a Fada Tinker or is this a Matumba Tinker? Because Fada's Puck is already on the field, and
I guess we'll figure out which one Matumba. It's probably about Matumba and which one he feels more proficient.
But then you're still like you're racking up your lanes a little bit. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna put the Darkseer is already the off lane. That should be mind control unless they're gonna run a support Darkseer. But I wouldn't put it past Liquid.
Radiant team ban.
Then the Tinker should be looking at the mid against this, or is it there should be a safe lane Tinker to get BTs?
Safe lane Tinker, yeah.
Puck doesn't really have as great a time up against. He's gonna need something like a Spirit Breaker rotation to help like gank against that Zeus all the time.
10 seconds remaining.
That's still the one major thing that Liquid's missing until that Blink Dagger is up.
Team Liquid's turn to
Ban the
pick.
Broodmother, they're really uncertain. See, it could actually be a support Seer.
Support.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, guess what's gonna happen, Toby? Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna have an ancient black dragon attacking you at 6.5 minutes in. But here's the slight twist, Toby.
What's the twist?
Here's the twist.
Give me the twist.
At 13 minutes in, when said ancient black dragon is assaulting your team violently, and you're not able to do anything back to it, you're all of a sudden
10 seconds remaining.
you could see just a little TP scroll animation all of a sudden showing up on that dragon. You're like, oh, what's that? Well, we got away from the dragon, guys. We got away from the dragon. All of a sudden, Tinker's gonna jump in. Pew, 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 pew. March, march, march. Oh, I don't even know.
This is so beautiful.
And
then why would you pick a Spectre into something like this, though? Like, you're picking a Spectre who, like, 100% has to go early combat build, but is...
because they're not thinking about the Lifestealer. They're thinking like... They're thinking, yeah. This is a counter.
This is how you can stop him, but you can almost guarantee yourself the Team Liquid are gonna mass ward their own jungle to protect this Lifestealer hitting levels early on. This is their critical play. Unless they completely fuck with us now, and this is like a support Tinker going jungle, which would completely screw with the Bounty Hunter and Lifestealer go safe lane farmer.
Honestly, Toby,
you could actually start that way and then rotate your Tinker into the lane and let the Lifestealer grab his level 6 hero and just, like the Ancient and do whatever you want. You can actually create space that way.
I got it.
Okay.
Jungling Darkseer, off lane Puck, mid Tinker, and Lifestealer safe lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, Matumba Man's taking the
5
Tinker.
seconds remaining.
They could still move to different positions.
I mean, that's the only way I can... You know, I'm sure initially they were thinking they were going to do some weird, like, support Pucksid sort of thing, but... Alright, everything looks
for battle.
pretty normal here.
Except the Kura started with Dust. And the Talon. And now he gets the Tangos. Normally he gives one of the Tangos to the mid laner.
Alright, they just gave him Dust, I guess. Still gonna be that 4 position Lifestealer that's hanging out. The reason I thought about this, it was just like, I wonder if you could like make it all of a sudden the change where you're no longer jungling the lifestealer, but you put him safe lane, but it's still the same general thought process where you're still gonna, you know, Black Dragon 6 minutes. But it seems like they're just gonna try this out normal. I don't know if they've ever experienced a bounty hunter facing up against them. That was like, for me, when I saw this strategy, I immediately thought, bounty hunter. That's the way to deal with this, because you have somebody who's able to, you know, sit on the life stealer.
But then he's also got to find the life stealer. Because Kura's in a, like, he's in a different position to what he normally is. Like, obviously they're trying to secure the bottom rune, but it's possible for Kura just to slip himself into the Radiant jungle and start farming there. Because it's not as though anyone's really going to rotate over and stop him.
Are they gonna What would... Yeah, they could aggro dual lane. Tinker, Vengeful Spirit, bottom.
The battle begins.
Right? Because
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
you're dodging the bounty hunter because the lifestealer is going to be in the Radiant jungle as well. You're putting pressure on the Spectre. And then when the bounty hunter comes bottom, right? You go back up to top as the okay, I mean, look at Gotham. He don't know.
Right now, all he's wanting to do is snipe the courier, but like Fada's, he doesn't, because he got the extra tango as well. He doesn't need to fly out the early south.
Yeah.
He's going to cop the extra damage, but he's more than likely going to save for the bottle, which completely wastes the early time of bounty. And Goddamn's already realized it. Like, he's like, something is not right here. He's going to arrive just in time to leech the experience of Kura here. Goes back invis. Kura's not going to level up properly. And this will instantly flag for him that the bounty hunter is here. At the same time, Kura was too low. Gonna start the attack. Jirax, there's no stun. The Bane will get the kill. And HellRaisers double. Oh, they play it. Jirax will drop. Bounty hunter is the one to get that one. So the perfect time to rotate in. Now Kura will just go to his own jungle. That is most definitely the start that HellRaisers want to have up against the lineup.
Love watching Fada's puck. He's playing it super aggressively against a Zeus, playing it the right way at level 1. The orb's back, gets CS with the orb, doesn't take much harassment from the Zeus on his retreat.
Playing that range game pretty nicely too, just away from the arc lightning.
Yeah, he only takes the phase shift.
Talking about. He's still shy of the money for his bottle. Lost it won't help.
That was such a bad start. The bounty hunter is still sitting on top of the lifestealer. Will they track him down? He's got level 2, which means he's got that Janata hit, which guarantees CS, like we just saw, or it guarantees like a lot of extra harassment on the lifestealer. We'll probably see here in another 2 seconds.
Kura not getting to be an ancient. Or at least not today. Need to buy him more space, but like at this point you almost just send him into a pull roll.
Yeah, they gave him dust, like somehow that was gonna accomplish something.
Like I can imagine like a sentry ward doing a lot more. Like maybe they thought also with the dust over on him that he would combo with Jirax in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, once he's got level 2, it's all good, because then he can open wounds, got him, and he can do just like this.
Well,
with
the dust achieves something.
Okay, they've actually got this.
Nice. Goddamn's gonna die. Oxy will be the one to get the kill. It's gonna go nicely towards his soul ring. Looks like on bottom lane though, Matopperman's still getting heavily harassed. 9-2 up against 14-2 for the CS board. He still has the edge on him. In fact, at this point, the top 3 CSs all belong to HellRaisers.
I think the bounty hunter did misplay that. I mean, he's got a pretty big movement speed advantage over the lifestealer with because he was able to fight early and he got boots out of it. So if he turns around during the open wounds and Janata's him,
they're gonna fight. They're chasing it from Matopperman. With the Orb of Venom, there's more than enough slow combined up with the nuking for the brain sap. Very quick and simple pick off over on the Tinker. Lane rotation will have to come soon. Like, my control's already got a fair chunk of money on him. So he could just rotate himself down to the bottom lane. Then you let the Tinker play up against the Lone Druid. Not certain if that's really the matchup Matopperman's hoping. And he is going to go bottom.
You gotta get some done. Game is going pretty badly for Team Liquid in the first 5 minutes. Means a lot of pressure is on Fada to be able to.
Haste.
Oh, Gotham actually didn't pick up the haste rune. Time, Jarek snagged it.
Okay, so there has been quite a big thing that's happened here. The fact that the bounty hunter has been spending most of his time on the bottom lane. They keep ganking Matumberman. Matumberman's gonna die once again, but I'm wondering if we're almost at a point where it's not even mattering. Like, he's spending his money. Yeah, they keep finding kills. The whole timing thing of Liquid is still coming to fruition. Like, you're gonna have Kuro doing his flash farm. He's now gonna crack level 4. Actually, he won't because he's sharing the experience with Jirax. This level 6 into Infest Black Dragon is still gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's gonna be significantly delayed. Plus, they have really good split pushers. Well, split pusher. It's one, but it's the Lone Druid. I think Lone Druid.
Tinker though.
Yeah, he gives a lot of physical damage. He pushes down towers. I think that both facing the ancient creep as well as avoiding it, Lone Druid is actually quite excellent.
There is the other side of things too, which is the fact that Kuro, because he builds into Radiance when he does this. It's not just about hitting level 6 and getting the Black Dragon. It's about having all the extra money at the early point of the game, where he actually has a higher net worth than most of the other heroes in his team. The same can be said about this game as well. Like, he's getting more farm than Mind Control is at the moment, who has now switched the bottom lane, so Matumba's on top. Goddamn, already rotated up here to look for this. Matumba's actually quite okay with this. He's got Jirax behind him. They can initiate on him. Actually, Goddamn managed to dodge almost every single... Yeah, okay, yeah. This is... Maybe they're not so fine with this. Keep the bear away from him and just protect.
Scary thing is if they get a lucky route in that scenario, the bear can then move in front of the Tinker, and then they've got a secondary disable, because then they can Savage Roar, and he'll run back to the base, which would be right.
Dire's middle
So that
tower
just gives
is
them
under
even more
attack.
right-click time on that Tinker.
Just use Thunder God's Wrath and Fada finds a regeneration rune directly after. That's just really unlucky for Azus. He was going to get the bottle charges anyway, but it's just more of a nuisance than anything else.
Mind Control's almost dead. Ooh, brain sapped.
Salving. Quick enough.
Not good enough, though. With the Zeus here.
Another Arc Lightning will do it, but Mind
Got a
Control makes it
dagger.
to the trees. He's going to run to the right.
Nice dodge.
We're still going
They
to
know
look
where
for
he
him, though.
is.
But this TP support's coming in, and it's going to be Fada for a double Dream Call. And this should be 2 kills, and it's 2 big ones. It's the cause, but no, the Nightmare. It stops him from jaunting, and Undershock will run down through the riverside. No way.
Yeah, Fada played that kind of right. He knew he had to right-click down one of the heroes and orb the other. He phase shifted in order to make sure he could get off the orb. But unfortunately, that orb just didn't hit. Got one of the kills.
Kuro.
Missile didn't land there. Now they don't have a disable against him. Shuriken! Oh my god, Kuro!
I don't know. I was sitting there going, Kuro, just because he actually went for the attack at least. Kuro could just back out, but he was so low. He came in for the dust. I think he believed that he could rage.
Yeah, he could. I think he was like, I'll just rage before it hits me.
Oh.
And then he didn't click that button fast enough.
This now means that another kill goes the way of HellRaisers. Overall, HellRaisers do have a 2.5k advantage. They're gonna now, in fact, Haunt and then Reality up on top of Jirax. A quick follow through into Matumberman shouldn't be too difficult either. It's still underneath the tower, so maybe not the greatest decision in the world. But this left YOLO Warrior isolated over on the bottom lane. Mind Control's gonna find it, but they've got no
they don't
stun.
have
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pretty typical. Darkseers are going to go to levels of Surge.
Especially when you're going into that offlane position, you need both levels to get out.
Radiant's
exactly.
bottom tower is under attack.
At least now they can start creep skipping. Ghost the Spectre did Reality up to the top. He could potentially just TP back down to the bottom lane, but they should put Undershock into the mid lane, and they're sacrificing this bottom tower. Control just has to move forward and creep skip. He's gonna let it go.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Thought he's just gonna creep skip it out and let the catapult do the work. Kuro's almost level 6, by the way. It's not too delayed. You're still looking. What was it? It was a 90-minute Radiant and an 8-minute level 6.
No, it was 6.5.
Was 6.5? Okay.
Yeah. I know because I traded it out the moment it happened. I was like, it was dumb. But Kuro's still gonna get it by like 9.5 minutes. Clean up this camp, and oh, would you look at that? It's an ancient black dragon too.
Yeah.
The best one for him to get.
I thought you're enjoying the other small little thing. He opened wounds and then Iron Talon.
Oh, did it heal?
It did.
Nice. I knew
He
it.
was already pretty high up though, but you could see the bar rise up.
Yeah.
But now he's level 6. And Kuro.
Why am I cheering for this? Actually.
I'm cheering it for because I actually really enjoy watching this.
I feel like I'm watching one of those like sci-fi films. For the monster, it's learning, it's evolving. Now Kuro's learning how to do this even more efficiently.
God damn,
that's not good.
Goddamn's gonna move. You don't leech experience from the ancients, however, and now Kuro.
No!
At least he can see what he's into. What was he gonna do though? Like, goddamn can't stop this.
Yeah, he Janata and Shuriken and hoped the damage was gonna be enough. It would have been quite close.
I love his 3 level. Yeah, you're right. It's a 3 level Shuriken toss.
Yeah, and plus Shuriken does more damage than most other level 3 nukes. 300 damage.
What's the rune? Bounty for Fada. A nice one of those arcane runes for the Zeus. So what do we? I like how Kuro doesn't even show up as a hero on the minimap. Like I've got to look for this purple dot.
Yeah, if we could, Ice Frog, if you insist on this being a common thing in the Dota 2 game. Make it a little bit easier on us obs.
Here comes your Spectral Haunt. They find Matubberman very well out of position. The Spectral Dagger will also connect on Jirax, but the damage and the shock cannot put in enough in time.
But see, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is what when I was trying to figure out, like, what do you do against this strategy? One, pick up a counter jungler. So Bounty Hunter is probably your best bet. 2, split push. Do not actually get near that ancient black dragon. Just try and gank on the other side of the map and push on the other side of the map. You know, give up towers if necessary.
I seem to be giving the one up in the mid right now. YOLO Warrior can... What is he gonna... He drags the creep wave down at least.
Yeah. You're not stopping the push, but you'll slow it down.
It's a 2000 HP dragon. Like, he will tank it if he needs to. And goddamn starts on it. Tower's out of deny range, so it's a good time for Kuro to move back. Meanwhile, Fada. Oh no! The Sada!
That is
Sada. Sonic waves and denies Fada the kill.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah. Unfortunate is the right word.
Ooh, Fiend's Grip, Mind Control's dead. Great pick. Even gonna be able to get into shot slow, which is even better because that is very close to a relic now. Just another 900 gold.
Too bad. They still lost their mid tower. The bounty hunter missed the denial. He was sitting underneath the tower and went for the attack, but it was just a straight up mistiming. It wasn't even Kuro attacking with the black dragon. So it still is 2 tier 1 towers for the price of 1 tier 1 tower. Mind control dying. It's unusual just because of the way he plays. And he'll be fine with this. But as Fada preparing himself for the bottom lane, Jirax comes in with an invis rune, so he sees Apo rotating.
We're gonna try and get a big fight at bottom.
Push the lane out.
This doesn't
The sentry
look
was down. They see Jirax. He's gonna trigger the
Oh,
dust, but he was too far away from Goddamn. So Fada jumps over. They can't do anything really against the bear. YOLO Warrior. Successful TP out. Wave of Terror revealed Goddamn for half a second, so at least have some information on where he's moving. Yeah, they're dodging this so well. Now Undershot goes to the top lane and starts his farming.
This is pretty good. This makes a lot of sense what Liquid was doing, because by being aggressive in the bottom map and trying to get a fight there, they're creating space for Matubberman. Granted, the strategy didn't actually work out for them. They didn't get the fight they were looking for with that invis, and
Dire's middle tower is
they don't
under attack.
actually gain that much time from Matumba. They need to make sure he gets his boots of travel so he can whole Black Dragon scenario a little bit more disgusting.
There's a new creep on the field. It's the Ancient Thunderhide. Is he actually giving Frenzy to the Tinker?
Yeah, you could pass Frenzy to allies.
Oh, there goes your Thunder God's Wrath already. Kuro's too far away to get that stun onto Matubberman. He is going to die. He binds up his BTs before death, and now Kuro trying to actually attack into Afo. Not gonna find enough damage. Also with a new observer ward behind that tier 1 tower. Goddamn knows just how much support's there. In fact, is he could, but he can't get a solo kill.
Not without level 7. At level 4 Shuriken it would be.
At least leech the experience out of Fada. But the observer ward, okay, now this one may actually be a lot closer. Oh, he actually just takes the creep instead.
Mark.
Easy money.
Mech is now up for the Darkseer.
Woman has his PTs, so now we start to see how HR are able to do the split push when you're up against a B-team Tinker. The money's just going to start to roll in for the Tinker now.
HR doing everything right, to be honest. The big advantage of the Ancient thing is that it's just super tanky and it dive powers and whatever, but it actually does very little damage until you have that Radiant stuff.
The only thing that really helps, like earlier on, is when you have the Black Dragon, and then you're able to, like, you basically macro pie the creep wave.
Yeah.
So it's flash farm and quick push. That's the other advantage you get from it.
2,800 gold already.
But it doesn't even really care. Chargelo, oh, he's a long way out. He's already bought the relic. If he dies here, it means his radiance is going to be, it's going to be delayed. It's not going to be stopped. He's trying to dodge some of the attacks, but it won't be enough. Darkseer's going to get the kill. Really good money coming in the way of mind control now. They instantly TP up to the top to make sure they can keep this all controlled. Kill for Lone Druid, that's a 40-second window. They want to buy a gem sometime soon though, because that bounty hunter is causing them real problems. I think
they know.
Did they hear it? Because they definitely didn't see it.
Yeah, they might have heard it.
Goes your Thunder God's Wrath, but oh, that's actually being used to kill for Tinker. Tumbleman's March of the Machines catches the retreating Bane. But it's the bottom lane which I'm trying to keep my eyes on, so goddamn Imp is visible. The swap over from Jirax. He's going to stun over towards the Bounty Hunter, but Undershock's already finding the kill. Tries to just stun up the Spectre instead. Mind Control, who's hoping his Iron Shell damage is 13. One charges.
Yeah, he got him.
He finds one. He might find the two. With the one charges, no! Undershock will barely survive. Barely survive.
Tinker did get his boots of travels earlier, and he did return kill on the Bane at the very least. Spectre very rapidly getting out of control.
What do you actually want to see on the Spectre? Is it just like you go into stats, get something like a Manta style in this game, or is it worthwhile getting Diffusal Blade early on?
Yeah, we talked about this before, right? The Manta Diffusal builds always on Spectre when you're on the same team as Lone Druid.
Yeah, because the Radiance is obviously picked up by the Druid, so you don't need that yourself.
There are still the same weaknesses, because we saw this this exact core lineup. Maybe they didn't have the Zeus, but they had the Lone Druid Spectre, right? And I really hit on the fact that they kind of operate the same sphere. Even if Spectre does play the more aggressive build. The biggest difference here is they have this Bounty Hunter that's doing so much work for them. They won their laning phase because of the Bounty Hunter.
They're about to kill Undershock. BTs are coming in. This is what you were looking for. Or at least what you didn't want to see.
It's a circus. That's what this Dota 2 game has turned into.
It's an easy pick. The Observer Ward saw all, and with the Ancient Granite Golem, they can't kill it. Like Yellow Warrior, you know, just you can't control him either. Like, what's he gonna do? You want to Fiend script a Granite Golem? Can you actually Fiend? You should be able, because it goes through immediately, right?
Were we casting HellRaisers yesterday?
Yes. We cast HellRaisers and Power Rangers, hence we
They the ones that ran.
Good question.
Yes they were. HR were the ones who ran this. Their mid was Puck. Oh, they actually had a very similar lineup.
Oh, Puck jumps in. Quick jaunt out, says Kura's gonna take the aggro of the creep wave, but now also take the farm of it. Takes the pressure off the mid-tier 1 tower until Sharsho just kind of goes ham with his bear. Gets a first hit entangle over on Fada. He'll draw himself away. And actually, the phase shift. He dodges the Thunder God's run, but he cannot get away from Undershock. Sparta will go down. It looks like Matoman also died. He was farming up inside the jungle underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. They're really looking for a collateral kill. Undershock might be it, but Kuro's going to jump out of that Granite Golem to do it. Jirax, these entangles just keep popping up all the time. So Darkseer just sails out, and the rest of HellRaisers force the issue down the mid.
Yeah, they're quick to start pushing objectives. They know they don't want to let this Lifestealer get his Radiance up too quickly, so they're gonna try and push for more.
Pretty close to
one of these fights.
He's already got the relic.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Considering how much the bounty hunter was causing him troubles early on, and then you think about like how many track kills the bounty's been involved in, Kuro still has more net worth than the bounty hunter. The issue is just how much net worth is currently over a Shashlo. Like this lone druid is getting bigger and bigger, and the spec has been more and more successful too, and he is going to go in for at least the Yasha. He's got the full Manta recipe, okay, so it's going to be a full Manta style for Undershock.
Feels like Liquid are just kind of like they're actively learning in their official matches how this strategy works.
That's what it always used to be, right? Remember when Alliance used to talk about that, where like we never have any time to practice. Like we're talking back when EMS 1 was a thing, and they'd also like, yeah, we just learn during our official matches, because we don't have time to practice, we don't have time to develop new strategies. So the lower priority tournaments become those places where you work on this. Obviously, with the major system, everyone looks at every other tournament as a lower priority tournament.
Yeah.
Courier, ballsy. Very, very ballsy.
But I think one of the things they learned is that they can't... Oh, they still got Matamba.
He died in base. It looks like they started attacking him on the bottom lane.
They have to ensure the Tinker gets farmed.
Spectral Haunt. Jirax is so low. This is a pretty easy kill for Undershock, especially when they have the Nightmare to buy a little bit more time.
Tower is under attack.
Sparta also died as well to the Bounty Hunter between the two towers.
They're just cleaning house right now. They're trying to like do too much with the killer strategy. You know, like it was good enough when it was just like this disruptive 4 position. They didn't have to try and like, oh, let's get Darkseer with it, so we Ion Shell the creep. Let's get Tinker with it, so you know they're like trying too hard and make this like big combo strategy. They just leave it as like a really disruptive 4 position that does amazing things past 10 minutes. I think it's good enough. If you base too much of your strategy around it and you trip up at like in the laning phase like they did, they're just gonna fall apart.
HR might have this Observer Ward down, but Kuro is still gonna get the exact creep he wants. It's the Granite Golem on the back of the Fresh Radiance. Goddamn, might try and slow this down a little bit. Right, he's gonna walk up, see Mind Control as well. Yeah, they're trying to kill off Kuro, but he's already inside the Golem. Just wants to get the hell out of here. Man, that Bearish does a lot of damage to the Granite Golem, especially when it has a double damage rune on it. Kuro having to retreat back out again.
Lone Druid's Spirit Bear, Demolish art. I think it should work on the Granite Golem. I mean, it's just a being of stone, right? And a tower.
I can't argue that logic, but I know in the game it doesn't work.
I know you're seriously thinking about that for a second. You're like, why? You're like, Cap, why are you thinking that? I don't, you know the reason why?
Because I was thinking whether or not in Warcraft 3 the golems had siege armor. Towers did.
Okay. Oh, Jirax already so low thanks to Thunder God's Wrath. Undershock being everywhere and anywhere. Jump back will come from Fana. They have the extra little mech from Mind Control to get the life back, but something caught inside the Fiend's Grip. There's nothing Kuro can do. Like, he's burning a little bit with the Radiance while swinging his fist, but now he's going to pop back out again. Go War Ash using the freaking Nightmare. Oh, they healed it alive, and the timing. Afro survives on 40 life. Marta will die as well. It's a triple kill for Undershock. And Team Liquid may just, I don't want to say they're going to call it, but got to know this strategy has now fully failed.
Oh yeah, holy crap! That's almost a 14,000 gold
You can
lead.
say shit, Cap.
Yeah.
This
natural.
this stream has a warning on it, I believe.
Excellent. 14,000 gold lead by 24 minutes. The reason I was kind of like joking around earlier is just because there's not much to say. Like Liquid, they did a strategy. In my opinion, I gave what I think about this strategy and like how I think they just put too much into it. Like the Tinker was so greedy of them. They just leave it at the Darkseer. The Darkseer is nice. Like the Ion Shell on the Ancient Creep makes this strategy really strong before he has Radiance.
But if you had like if you had a harder core than the Tinker fighting, then
yeah, if you had something other than Tinker, that something that made that would have made the aggressive lane that they had do a lot better.
So I was wondering, like, if there were
very different game.
Like somewhere during the draft, I'm wondering if we'd see like Batuberman's Lycan appear, like something along those lines would have done so much more. Then you'd actually have other combos to work with the Iron Shell too, because then you got Iron Shell Wolves on the field. There's still a lot of control up against him if you do go for the Lycan. It's just
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn. One of the things that HellRaisers did, I forgot to mention it. They blocked out the camps, right? So they blocked out the Dire side at some point in time, but they also blocked out their own Radiant side Ancient camp at one point as well. That was earlier on in the game. Another smart play that they did in order to counter this draft. I feel like HR, like they saw this coming and they were just like, okay, we know like playstyle how to deal with this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I know I shouldn't be surprised, but you'd think like with taking control of like an Ancient Black Dragon, the haste rune would sustain. You picked up a haste rune and then infested. It would then be like if you infested a hero, would you then give them haste? Sense.
Oh yeah, he can do that later on in the game, huh?
What?
If he
Infest a
goes
hero?
Ags?
Oh god, no, he can do that.
I forgot about that.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Oh,
hey, we haven't seen phase 3 of this strat.
Yeah, I was about to say that could be a phase of this strat that we haven't seen yet if the game goes late enough.
So you can infest a Black Dragon and then just pull a hero into you? Oh, Father's in trouble. The phase shift will allow him again to dodge a large portion of that damage coming out from Zeus, but Durac is just food underneath the Spectre. Culminate as well, isolated, so the Desolate goes to full work. Mind Control's trying to run out of this. They keep the trike over on Fada. He's got no way to dispel this. As Kuro, he's running around the Black Dragon. That's a terrific thing, but what's he going to achieve apart from now his own death? He should actually have Infest back up again, so he could jump into a Radiant creep and then just run away, but it's too low. It's in deny range. So it's going to end up dying. He turns to the attack, but he'll die. 27-7 now. The Aghanim Scepter may be quirky, but he's never going to get the money for it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how Ags connect.
Because it would have been nice to function with someone like a Tinker, because then you bring 4 heroes into one position, right?
Yeah.
But even then, like, you don't have that. Everyone just goes like, surprise.
Yeah, never mind. I don't think this has the stage 3, to be honest.
Kind of feels like an all or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. All you could do is like surprise, like, here, Vengeful Spirit, jump inside me, and then you jump inside the dragon, and then you gank someone with that.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel very good.
But you have to remember, like, the original way Team Liquid ran this draft. They ran it with a Broodmother offlane, and that always added the pressure. So you have this unusual and really high pushing pressure coming out from the ancient infested lifestealer, while the Broodmother then got a lot in return on the other lane. And that just hasn't happened in this game. The Thunder God's Wrath does so much damage early on too, and this is actually that point where you start to just, like, you look to game 2, Team Liquid. Like, your pocket strat falling apart, it's on the floor.
I'm sure
It's
Liquid
not gonna
are,
pick up.
yeah, I'm sure Liquid are still looking at this as kind of an experiment. They're like, okay, we're this far behind. What else can we do with his strategy in order to kind of play around with it and come up with ideas.
up.
because the game is very over.
Running away from the haunt. Very early pop of the haunt. But it also means that the Tubman's also building into an Aghanim Scepter here. Undershock, Diffuser Blade, there's no surging away, they swap him back out, but Undershock is unstoppable. He's got himself an Aegis to the Immortal. He's underneath tier 4 towers, killing off Team Liquid. You have him on the other line that's
He's not even gonna die.
well, it's
He just got that heal, now he's back up to 600 HP. But at the very least, he was gonna lose that Aegis for all of that, but...
Maybe close.
HellRaisers will be repelled for now. They're still fighting up against March's Machines, which isn't obviously the easiest way to come high ground. So Matumba is slowing them down and then removing their direct attacks, so he's lasering the bear to stop that demolition happening onto their buildings. And this game is over.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like, what is Team Liquid really meant to do?
The wages of fear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All they're doing is delay. You're accidentally TPing. Unless that was the Tinker accidentally
Radiant's
TPing.
bottom tower is under attack.
YOLO Warrior. He walked in range of the wave. Straight to Invis. He won't see Matumba in time. So he kind of control off. Like if they get a gem, then Liquid maybe they can get a couple of pickups across the map. Like catch the bounty hunter when he's Invis. Catch the Bane before he jumps out. But when you've got that double global of Haunt plus Thunder God's Wrath, there's so many ways that HellRaisers can quickly respond.
Yeah.
It's the real big downside of the 4 position lifestealer showing when you don't have any disables. Right, where at least like a 4 position, you can argue like the lifestealer, he's not being very impactful, but ultimately you have to compare it to a 4 position. Right, so you can say in like damage, like his damage output is fine, he's being like fairly disruptive and everything else, but the biggest factor is that he just has no disables that he brings to the table. The disables are what set up your cores to be able to output damage.
If Liquid actually win this, like I'm gonna be absolutely flabbergasted.
No way.
Well, you say no way.
I think we've reached the point where like
Anything is possible. Like all they gotta do is just pull
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Team Empire. Like, one really unfavorable engagement. It gives a lot of like the nuke damage can finally start arriving for the Tinker, who looks like he's going for a Shiva's build. Kuro is dead. Undershock reality then, and where does he go? He actually goes onto Matumba. Oh, with the Thunder God's Wrath kicking in. Okay, yep.
Yeah, I thought it was like a third of his HP, but it's so late in the game that Zeus is level 16, so that ultimate actually finished him off. There it finally is. Woo! Go HellRaisers!
HellRaisers are the first ones to defeat the Liquid Lifestealer.
Work.
They did it well. Team Liquid, who knows what the next experiment will be? The world is your oyster.
I can't. I'm not gonna hold my breath for that one, Toby. I bet they're probably gonna play a normal game for game 2. Just because of the fact that